We have something called the Rural Women Peace and Security Initiative. And under this is continuous engagement with rural women in the process of peace and security. One of the things we did last year was to work with women from rural communities in Liberia and Sierra Leone on the whole issue of security sector. Because in all of these different communities, they have security committees that determine, so they have, in Liberia, they call them the joint security. In Sierra Leone, it's the district security committee, so it's DISEC, or the provincial security committee, PROSEC. In Liberia, whilst the women knew that they had these committees, they were never allowed to engage with them. In Sierra Leone, the women never had any idea that such committees existed in their communities. So by the time they started working on this whole, and IOM wanted to do this because they realized that there were a lot of threats to women's security, especially as it relates to their coming back home. These PROSECs and DISECs, the women then decided, okay, we will form the provincial or district women security caucuses so that we can link with them. So there was this kind of recognition. If they are having problems, we can go, regardless of what the problem is, let's organize ourselves in a way that we're able to engage with these committees on things that are happening that we're not very happy with, because that is the highest decision-making body. So it's a composition of the police, the military, every security group that is functioning in a particular district or province, they're part of that thing. And so they are the ones who will come up and send to national security and say, we have, say, for example, an Amber Alert in this community or something. So these women have said, let's engage with them. On our Rural Women Peace and Security Initiative, we also look at issues of leadership. And this, right now, we have a draft of our Women Elections Manual, looking at the 7 steps matrix of elections. A lot of the elections in West Africa starts with is like 7 steps, from the electoral reform laws to this, to that, up until voters registration and elections day. Most of the time in Africa, people start, or even in every election, people start with voters registration. And voters registration is like 4th or 5th on the list. So you have processes that are very crucial to women, like boundary delimitation, how many districts and provinces have been. All of these go without even their knowledge that this is there. So we have this how-to tool. This manual we'll publish in a few months is supposed to be a tool that people can just pick up and say, okay, this in my country, we don't have this, but we have this. So how do you engage women? All of these different steps. And then at the end of it, we have case studies of our work over the years in different countries on how women have been able to mobilize around some of these issues. And then we have one final session on organizing a violence-free elections campaign.